Hi everybody, Raging back with another Mechabellum video. Today's video, our opponent is Voss. He is a German player, he's a 2000 MMR player. As are we in this game. I've gone with the Marksman Specialist with the tanks and the fangs, and my opponent here is Cost Control Specialist with Sabertooth's Arc Lights. So usually when I start out with tanks and fangs, I usually will go arc lights because I need to be able to clear crawlers and if he gets chaff as well, right? So I kind of expect to lose round one to the Sabertooth arc light opener against the Sledgehammer arc light. There's a lot of different ways I can play this in a headbutt. I can go Wraiths. I can grab, since these cost control, these units will have less health, I can play things like Mustangs. But for round one here, it's just this headbutt, and almost all the time the Sabertooth Arclight player, especially in a headbutt like this, will win the round. The only way I can really win this round is if I can like manage to get like a tower or something, which we won't do here. Round two we have units, so go Phantom right because he has no anti-air. Tarantula looks pretty good for him. Yeah, he does go with Tarantula because it's good against all my units here, especially the Splash. And I go with the Steel Balls, because I kind of suspect he's taking Tarantula since it is like the perfect answer to my board. So I'm going to sort of move away from this headbutt because I'm not super confident in it at the moment. I'm going to go over this way, and I do have my level 3 Marksman as well. I run Assman techs, so it's not exactly the best into this either, so I'm going to use it for a turn, see if I can kill some Sabertooths. And I grab myself Mobile Beacon. I'm going to be going at this tower. I feel like it's probably the only way I can beat the Sabertooth in a headbutt right now. That is the plan here. Also grab 2 Crawlers, and that's me totally spent. So I'm sort of deciding, do I want to beacon like up and then over here, or just straight in here? Opponent here is going with a cheese play. He's going with the round. I mean, it's not a cheese play. It's a good play. He's going after our tower here, but I did put Crawlers, so Wasps will follow Crawlers. We will get the tower with Steel Balls. Marksman is already shooting Sabertooth, so that's really nice. And as long as we can get the tower, Marksman should be able to kill basically everything here. And maybe I should keep the Marksman, but I do end up selling it next turn. Also, Marksman ends up killing all the Wasps here. We do have a few Fangs, but they're not going to cut it. So pretty nice round 2 for us here with the Steel Ball play. I'm going to have to do something about these Wasps next turn. So we take round 2. Round 3, there's a portable shield, and I do have Steel Balls, so seems like the play. He goes with the portable shield and the Wasps since they can't be missiled this way. I guess he expects me to missile them. So he's going to oil here so I can't do the Steel Ball thing again. And I've gone with Elite Recruiting Mustangs because he has high HP units, and level 1 Mustangs, like basically only my Steel Balls can kill these unless I have level 2 Mustangs, so that's why I get the level 2 Mustangs. And I'm just sort of thinking about like and I get some Crawlers, how do I want to position these 3 units to still be able to take a tower here and at the same time kill the Wasps? Since he doesn't have jump drive, he's either selling it or leaving it. So I need to be able to do both things. So I'm going to position my Mustangs in a way where they go to the Wasps, and I'm going to beacon my Steel Balls in a way, you know, he could assume I'm probably going for this tower again, but instead I'm going to go for this tower. And with the portable shield, it's like the best item, like for the Steel Balls early on in the game. Maybe besides like heavy armor, but still, I think the portable shield's better. So I missile the Wasps, and we have these few Mustangs that should be able to clear them out. He does missile, so it hits my Crawlers. That's why I put the Crawlers in front. Now these Steel Balls are super tanky with the item. We do have some Mustangs here also assisting the front. And while these units turn to shoot my Steel Balls, the Stangs are getting in. We can still get the tower. And we can get this tower now with Steel Balls. So, pretty fancy little play here on round 2. He does have oil on the floor, so there could be like a fire play maybe, but I'm I'm kind of guessing he's probably not going to go for it since it's a heavy investment for round 4. So nice technical little beacon play. We get some more items. It's just another portable shield. So Vasco's with the absorb module. He decides he's done with these steel balls, and on round 4, he gets himself a melting point. And then he immediately clicks diffraction on the melting point, and he puts the absorb mod because he's like, I just want to kill these steel balls. So now we have an energy diffraction melting point on the board on round 4 here, since he has no other thoughts about how to kill it. I sell the tanks here. I have the new portable shield that I stick on the sledgehammers here. I range the Mustangs, and I get another pack of Mustangs as well. And I put some level 2 crawlers up here, and I'm going to beacon around the oil. I also put down a missile just in case that wasp is still there. I mean, obviously I'm not going to go over the oil again, right? I'm going to go around it. So he kind of helped me with the oil here in a sense. Our Mustangs over here on the left are going to die because he's transferred the portable shield to the tarantula. But we will kill the melting point since he doesn't have a tower and there's lots of chaff. And the steel balls will get it anyway, which is why he made the melting point. So, pretty good round here again for us. These steel balls are killing it. Some pretty nice beacon plays so far. But now that he has giants on the board, I need to think about how to kill melting points. Especially since he already has diffraction. I get a redeployment here, and I'll pretty much always take redeployment because I think it's one of the best cards in the game. I sell the other tank, and now I have portable shield to put onto another unit. I actually end up putting it on the crawler here, because I assume he's just going to missile these crawlers. And if he does that, they'll live, and then I can still take tower. Mustangs, I go with some more. So now I have 4 level 2 Mustangs, so my plan is to eventually start getting Fortress, right? So I'm just sort of setting that up. It's pretty good against Melting Point with the energy diffraction, since I can go range, and then this lowers the range of the Melting Point. I redeploy the steel balls out over this way. He does put hounds back here behind me in my flank. And I'm going to beacon these steel balls this way, like this. And I also put some crawlers up here. So I have crawlers here, here. These have the portable shield, and I'm beaconing this way. I also opt to missile out these fangs here to try and kill Melting Point quicker. And these hounds are going to be a bit of a problem behind me, I think. Since they'll kill my crawlers, but hopefully we can get his tower and everything like quick enough to where it's not going to make a difference. And I like to play lots of Mustangs against the Melting Points. It's low HP, and this one has the absorb mod, so I just don't want it to be like absorbing from lots of health, like high health units. I also get this tower. So we're still taking his towers, and we have lots of Mustangs on round 5. And the hounds haven't quite done anything. Everything's already dead, so. He does have quick teleport, that's why he made that play. So we take round 5 as well. We're getting him pretty low here. So I have some options here on round 6. I can go Typhoon since I have portable shield. It's pretty good on Typhoon, but it's not that great into Multi-Melter. It's a tough choice, right? Like I could go Marksman just because, you know, he might go like Wraith or Raise or something. He does take the Marksman here. I think he thinks, I'm not sure what he thinks. He thinks I might go Wraith maybe, but none of these options have really like helped me out that much. Like, I guess I could technically just range Marksman here and like they would be kind of good against Melting Point. That might actually be the better play, but I end up taking Typhoon here, which ends up being not a great play, but I'm not really sure what I should be taking there. It might just be Marksman with range and like EMP. That way I can like hit the Melting Point. In hindsight, that's actually probably better than whatever I do here. So I put the portable shield on the Typhoon, and I'm gonna sort of just try and beacon it with the steel balls to continue to try to get tower. And I have sold this crawler so that I can put the item on the Typhoon. I'm just going to missile out Hounds. Oh yeah, Hounds have armor now, which is a pretty good play against me, since my Mustangs don't do any damage against the Hounds now. Like, literally even my level 3 one won't deal any damage to these level 2 Hounds. And then I'm borrowing so that I can get barrier on these, which I thought would be good, but the Hound armor is a huge pain in my ass. And this ends up being pretty slow because he missiles it. He does have answers now in all parts of his board, so it's getting a little bit tougher for me to continue to, like, get in and get these towers. And this is an absorb melting point, so Fortress just isn't really cutting it. And since I can't kill the Hounds, it's looking like he's going to win this round. And these Typhoons are so slow, like actually so slow, that I think that play was just kind of not that great. I'm going to be trying to get out of these now. And yeah, look, I can't kill the Hounds. And now his melting point is level 3, so I've kind of created a problem for myself by sending these level 3 units basically to their death. Round 6 is pretty rough. Round 7, it seems like an auto pick for me to just take the electromagnetic blast. He goes with more melting points, so he can stick more absorb modules on these. That's the grand plan at this point, is just multi-melt the hell out of my board. I hate multi-melters so much. But if he doesn't shield, I'll get these EMP'd, which is pretty good. I redeploy the steel balls over this way. I sell the Typhoons, so now I have lots of money. And the plan is going to be to try and take these melting points on with Fortress range. In hindsight, since there's a level 3 melting point here, I probably should be elite recruiting these fortresses so that I can actually deal damage to them, the melting points. And I definitely need range on forts, which I do take. I have my steel balls out here on the side now, so I'm going to try and squeak my way into this tower on the left, since he's now got this covered, and he's borrowing. I'm missiling this. I'm also borrowing and clicking speed and range, and I'm covering myself with missiles. The beacon's going to go out this way, and he hasn't shielded, so the EMP will land. And I'm relying on Fortress to kill the Hounds at this point. So that's a good EMP. We really actually needed that to land. He should definitely be shielding there, but he greeted the item, and he gets kind of punished for it here. We also, if this Fortress doesn't die, we actually win this turn, which is what I was kind of hoping would happen, but it does not work out for us that way. He lives with 359 health. I guess he would have lived another Fortress. So I can go with another EMAG Blast, Orbital Jav, or Mobile Battleship, but it's gonna always be a spell. I take the Mobile Battleship because I see an opening here behind his tower. And he's gonna Jav my Mustang and my Fortress here. I'm missiling the Hounds here. He does have quick teleport, so he can flank me more. Should probably try and beacon this somehow. I guess it doesn't really matter which one he jabs, though, since they're all basically doing the same thing. He does stick wasps here behind me as well. And on this turn, I've put crawlers back here to eat the missile so that the mobile battleship will spawn in and then immediately start shooting the tower, and also still be able to move to hopefully kill this melting point. That's the idea here. I've sold the steel balls and I've transferred the items to these level 2 fortresses. Since steel balls, there's no way they're getting in anymore. He has so many multi-melters. He's seen that I'm just missiling these Hounds every time, so now the wasps come in. But I do hit level 2 on both my towers, just in case, because I don't want to get flanked. I'm also missiling a lot. And I actually don't redeploy anything. Oh, I do. I redeploy these Mustangs back because of the mobile battleship, just in case. So the boat does spawn in successfully, and this is a level 1 tower. But this is a lot of melting points. They have the same... They actually have 15 less range than my fortresses, but it doesn't matter because they're multi-melters. and they're just a lot more efficient at killing things than my fortresses are. And these hounds come in at the end, which are... We also end up losing our tower here to wasps, which I think if it didn't happen... Yeah, also at really bad time. If we don't lose that, I think we win this round. He got mad at me for doing the mobile battleship. He said I was cheesing, but he did a wasp cheese as well. So it's all good. It's all equal. So round 9 comes up and we get overlords offered to us. And since the overlord worked pretty well last time, and it's also just good against the multi-melters, boats I prefer to use against multi-melters over like pretty much every other unit besides, like if I had elite on the fortress, that would be great, but I don't. So I'm going to go with the boats here. Since the boats worked pretty well last time, and he's also taking EMP now on melting points, and he's going to take photon on overlord so that he can't get EMP'd. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to sell one of my fortresses since I no longer believe in them, and I'm just going to try to end the game with Chin Gun and Wasp production mothership on Overlord. I buy myself a Wasp, I give them the energy shield. This is how I close out a lot of games, actually, just like this. He is missling chaff, and he's missling chaff, and he's missling chaff. We are missling this. I've redeployed the Mustangs over to here now to deal with the Wasps. Get myself a third boat. We're all loaned in temp range and temp speed. And we're just going to beacon, right? We're going to do the Woot beacon here. Try and get behind his other melting points at the end to try and kill them as well. And this, as long as we can kill this melting point, we pretty much will win the game. So, we cleared all the missiles. And here comes the boats. We just need our front line to live so that our tower doesn't go down here, so that the boats can keep working. Still has a level 1 tower, which we take. And now we'll kill his boat. And now we'll kill his multi-melter, hopefully. As long as this thing dies, we win. Yeah. The Mustangs here are still good against his boat. They actually get the kill. And now we'll take this tower. And that will be game, because we have lots of wasps still coming out here with the shields. So a headbutt turns into a giant battle, turns into a boat play, and that finishes the game. So, let's take a look at the battlefield here real quick. Opponent went multi-melter, so then we went fortress, and we had lots of Mustangs that were all at level 3. His armor hounds were pretty good, actually very good against the Mustangs. I probably should consider clicking AP bullets so that they actually can kill the hounds, and then we don't have to rely on just fortress to kill them. I mean, I guess I could also consider taking launcher overload, since we lose 20, so we go down to 135, and they have 140 with temp range, so it's about the same, and I shoot twice as fast. It's probably still good to click. I think that's a consideration for me, but the boat play, the boat drop, I might as well just use the boat since they're a lot better at killing melting point than the fortresses in this situation. The chin gun is super strong, and they do, yeah, 7,000 damage per chin gun shot, so, and as long as we take towers, they have good, like, speed, and they can continue to just sort of hit them in the back after the turn. Could level his towers a little bit since I'm basically going for his tower on this side like every single turn. Honestly, the strongest thing on his board, the thing that kind of like bricked me for a long time, is the armor hounds. Just a boat play at the end here to close it out. This is like, if you're in one of these headbutt, like if you're in one of these giant battles like this and you're not like 100% confident in what you have against what they have, like he had the levels on the melting points, he had the items. This absorb module on this high level melting point it's really tough for my fortresses to compete with. Like if you're facing something like this, sometimes just changing the dynamic of the game is all you need. And it ended up working out in our favor here. So, but that is going to do it for today's video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you have any questions, ask away in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. And until next time, have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.